Hi, this is Enis from Never Stop Trucking. Today we are talking about the current situation in trucking industry and what you can do in order to survive. There are a lot of questions that I've been getting, and as you probably assume, there is no special formula for that. The bigger question is what could you have done to prepare for this, okay? But we'll talk about it later. Now let's go to the part where we talk about what you can do right now in order to survive the current situation in trucking industry. It's May 2022 right now, and everything is going down. The rates are going down for trucks. The fuel is going up, and there are less and less loads available. So what can you do right now in order to survive? Okay, well, obviously you can cut down on your costs. You can go to your bank account and then just look for expenses for go through like last 6 months of your expenses, and then see what you can live without and what you can cut down. Do you have any special subscriptions that you're not using a lot, or that you can do without at least until this is over? Where can you save money on your phone, on your bills, on your subscriptions? The biggest money saver could be a salary. Can you cut down on your salary? Can you give yourself less money? Do you have dispatchers? Do you have other people working for you? Safety, accounting. I don't like to lay anyone off. I don't like to, let anyone go. But in order for the company to survive, sometimes you have to take drastic steps. Okay, so if you have a couple of dispatchers, maybe you can only do with one dispatcher. Maybe they can do part-time, if they're willing to do that. Accounting, maybe you can do it yourself. You can do invoices yourself. Safety, do you know about safety procedures for your trucks? Maybe you can do it yourself. Maybe you can have someone working remotely for that. Do you have an office? Can you work from home? Can you go with a smaller office? Things like that. If you have your own trucks, maintenance, maintenance is really a big expense for you. And is there someone in town that charges less, per hour for maintenance? Preventive maintenance for your trucks, do everything on time. Don't wait till last minute. Check everything before drivers go on the road. That way you can potentially save on unforeseen expenses on the road. Fuel. What about fuel cards? Are you getting enough discounts? Are your drivers fueling at the truck stops where you can get those discounts, or in states where the fuel is cheaper? Check out the link in the description of the video. RTS fuel cards can save you money. I work with them, so I've been using them for over 10 years. Okay, RTS Fleet One cards, they have RTS discounts. Okay, so that's one of the factors where you can save money. Now, like I said, we'll talk about preparing yourself for this. But the basic thing is that you can go to your account and then look at each expense, no matter what it is, and just think about that, where you can save money. Okay, now we still have to book loads, and then we know that these loads are cheap now. So let's say you have 5 trucks like I do. So it used to take me less than 2 hours to cover them for the day. Okay, and then maybe another couple of hours just to cover them for tomorrow, next few days. So by noon I would be done with everything. I would be done with my invoices, with my trucks, everything. Now it will take me sometimes all day to find a load for one truck, because there is nothing. Okay, and then now even I have help. I have someone that we are working together on covering these trucks. I know it doesn't make sense like the loads are cheap now, but this actually helps me because we can find better loads and we can actually cover these trucks easier, you know, if there's two of us that are doing this. And then he's working remotely, a great guy, really great help. Okay, it takes you a long time to book a load now, not because you can't find a load. You can find a load, but they're cheap. That's the problem. You know, you could book that load in the morning and just be done with it, but you know that that load is not paying nearly enough. You know that that load, you're not going to make any money on that load. So you have to, instead of calling 5 numbers to book a decent load like, you know, 2 months ago, now you have to call 50 numbers in order to book a decent load, and it takes you more time. So you have to book good loads. I know it's hard to find a great paying load. That's even better if you get one, but don't book bad loads. Only if there's nothing in that area and the driver is in a bad area, and then there's nothing today. Tomorrow, it's probably going to be the same thing. You're not going to find anything decent tomorrow either. So if the driver is in bad area, everything is paying bad, okay, get him something, driver, get them something and get them out of that area, even if it's a bad paying load. But, you know, once you find a load that goes to that better area, then start looking for a better load for tomorrow, for a decent load, okay? You start early in the morning, start 6, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and start looking for loads. By 8 o'clock, you already called all of those loads. You already know what the day is going to look like. And now you're ready at 8:00 when all these loads started getting, you know, being posted. Then you're ready to just jump on the phone and book something decent, even stay longer. Like if you work usually till 5 p.m., stay till 6, stay till 7. Look for loads. Before and after regular working times. Sometimes you can get decent loads like that, okay? Call all these numbers and then just keep calling until you find something. Because if you know, book a load just to give them something, the driver, then you're not gonna make money. Be prepared to work all day, okay, to look for loads. If you have to do paperwork, do it before you start or after you start or on a weekend. You know, if you need loads, that's all you do. You don't, like I used to be able to, like you know, cover my loads and then post my trucks and then do invoices, do something, you know, switch between screens. Now I don't have privilege of doing that. Now I have to make sure that from 7 a.m. to, like, I don't know, 3, 4 p.m. I'm only looking for loads, and that's all I am doing. You know, if I find a load for today, I've covered someone, and I find them a load for tomorrow maybe, then I can, you know, work on that back office work. But if there's nothing, you can't really work on something else. You can't watch TV, you can't be on Facebook, on YouTube, talk to your friends. You have to look into that screen, and like seconds matter. You have to be prepared to call the number. You know, like the minute you see that load, you don't think about the load. You don't look where the load is picking up or going, like how many miles, all that. You can do all that while you're calling the load, while you're waiting on hold for them to answer. Don't look like who cares, you know, where Groveport, Ohio is. You know, who cares? No one cares. Call the load, and then while you're talking about the load, then real quick, then take a look, and then you still have time to decide whether you want to send the truck there or not. So all these seconds count. If you see that they are very busy in the background, like the brokers, like they have a lot of phone calls, and then you think that it's a decent rate, just grab the load. Don't negotiate for more, because someone else will just take it. You know, if a load is bad paying, you don't want the load, then, you know, that's fine. Don't book the load. But if you think that you can make money on the load, and you would have booked the load for that money in the first place, and then if they're very busy in the background, just book the load. if you see, like, sometimes you have brokers, like, they're working from home, or like one person operation, they're relaxed, and you have them on the phone, and that's what matters. Now you have their attention. They cannot give the load to someone else. Then you can negotiate and then ask them, hey, would you really, I know the markets are bad, but I have a truck there and a lot of data and all that. And then ask them, hey, would you do more for the load? And that's where you can negotiate. If you see that they're getting like 50 phone calls, they're not going to give you more money. It's what it is. You have to, continue looking if you don't want that load. Okay, now, how do I prepare myself for times like this? Well, you have to start right away when the markets are good, okay? When you're making a lot of money, when the loads are paying good, that's when you start preparing for the next crisis, okay? Not like if the situation is bad, it's too late now. You can't prepare. All you can do is adjust and hope that you're going to survive, okay? You can just hope and pray and do everything you can, and just make it, hang in there until it passes by, because it will pass. It always passes, and then we get the good times come back. But when the good times are here, then that's where you start preparing. That's when you start saving money. That's when you start investing smart. Save money for each truck, depending how many trucks you have. Put the money aside. Don't touch it. Okay, leave that money there. Don't go to like a $10,000 vacation. Don't do $50,000 renovation in your home. Don't buy a brand new Mercedes. Save that money. Okay, once you have enough money saved, and then how much you need saved, I don't know, maybe like $20,000 for each truck. That's just like how your 6-month expenses, like or 1 year expenses. Do you want to be prepared for 6 months of bad loads? Do you want to be prepared for 1 year of bad loads? Then calculate, how much money you need to have set aside for the maintenance of the truck, to pay for the truck, to pay for your office, if you have payments, all these expenses. How much money do you need to have saved? Is it like $20,000 per truck? Is it $50,000 per truck? You need to figure out that yourself. How much is your salary? How much are you paying yourself? Are you willing to cut down on costs when the bad times come? So, do you want to have 6 months of salary? It's a lot of money. It adds up. That we're talking about tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But, if you can make a lot of money when the markets are good, you should be able to save that money. It only takes a power of will. So when the bad times come, like right now, then you have that money saved, and then you spend it wisely, okay? And then you're probably going to spend most of that money. Maybe you're not, but at least you don't have to worry that much. You're prepared, and then that maybe in a year or so, the good times are going to be coming back, and that's how it always works. This industry is very unstable, and people who are new to this, now they're like, well, what's going on? Well, I don't understand either. Usually when we have bad times, we have bad rates and, inflation. It's connected to like high unemployment. No one is ordering anything. No one is working. Everything is much cheaper. The homes are cheaper. Equipment is cheaper. But now we see the opposite. Equipment is expensive. You have to order brand new trucks and trailers, wait for months, even years. The home prices are skyrocketing. Unemployment is really low. Orders are up. Everyone is working 3 shifts, but the fuel is up. Diesel costs are up, and we see cheap loads all over. So I don't understand either. I would be lying to you if I try to sell myself to you as an expert and say, hey, and this is why. I don't know. Who knows? We have the recent war that just started, and everything started after that. It might be connected to that. I don't know, but it's what it is. It's all high politics. We cannot really influence much of that. All we can do is ask the brokers to give us more money, keep asking, and then work smart and hopefully pass through this together. Thanks for watching this video. Come back for more. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Enis. This is Never Stop Trucking. I'll see you around.